You know, I want some of you niggas who has this narrative that you trying to set standards for black women. Tell me, where does this make sense? You want the black woman to be slim and fit and chasing after you while you obese, overweight, making 500K a year. And you think you can get any woman you want. In what universe does that narrative make sense? You don't think a woman wants her man to be healthy? A real woman wouldn't even care about your money. She would care more about your health. I just don't understand this narrative that these stupid ass black men trying to push to set standards for black women where we haven't even set standards for ourselves. Let us try setting standards for ourselves. And then when the black woman sees that we have standards, she will follow suit. I mean, it is just that simple. It is no rocket science. This back and forth about the black woman need to do this, the black woman needs to do that. The black woman knows exactly what she needs to do. We're not doing what we're supposed to do as black men. So before you sit up here and talk about setting standards for black women, let's set some standards for black men first. Black boys as well. So that way they know how to treat a black woman. That way they be better prepared to be a husband and a father and a provider and a producer. Instead of just being baby daddies, which some of us are. This is not who black people are. We is not a generation of baby mamas and baby daddies. And black men don't want to get married. Black women don't want to get married. That's all bullshit. That's all Eurocentric. See, true African people, we always been about family. We may not be perfect, but we always been about our family. And being married to a woman is one of the biggest things that we done and a great honor. And used to be back then, if a brother couldn't provide, he was unable to marry that woman he wanted to marry until he can prove that he's a provider and a producer. How many of us now today are producing anything other than children out of wedlock? Bragging about how many females we slept with. How many women we call bitches and hoes and sluts and thots because they slept with us. Help me understand. It's all right for you to disrespect a black woman calling her a hoe, a thot, a slut. But when she calls you a tramp, a broke nigga, then you want to get all upset and act like a little bitch. I mean, it's just such a double standard now. I don't understand this. It's like I'm in a generation of weak-minded young black men, which I see on these YouTube channels. All they want to talk about is setting standards for black women. They're not talking about building no infrastructure. They're not talking about creating no true brotherhood. All they talking about is setting standards and making the black woman feel like it's as though she has a problem. And now, I'm not saying that there's some sisters out there that can stand correction, because they are, but it's more so brothers. We need to be corrected on our behavior and the choices that we make. So you forget the reason why we in the situation that we in and why we are going at each other, pointing the finger at the black woman, is because of the system. The system has created the black man and the black woman now. We need to literally go back in reverse as to how we used to be before the system came into existence. The relationship we have with the system is corrupt and abusive. And that's how we talk to our women, abusive and corrupt. And this is how we talk to our children, abusive and corrupt, because of the relationship we have with the system. You need to sit back and listen to Dr. Amos Wilson, one of the most realistic brothers and scholars of the 90s. And his words still hold true to this very day. I have all of his books. But on a serious note, you need to listen to Brother Amos Wilson. Very realistic brother. He tells you nothing but the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All I'm saying in a nutshell is do not set standards for a black woman where black men don't have no standards. You want to be obese, overweight, and you think you a man, you can do that. No, you can't, brother. And any of you brothers who think like that, shame on you. You're supposed to be healthy and fit because you're supposed to be a protector and a provider and producer. Don't no real black woman wants an overweight, obese black man who can't do shit for her. Can't even provide her with children if she don't have children. Because you done had a heart attack or have a hard time breathing when you on top of her or she on top of you. Come on, man. We got to set standards for ourselves. Let us be the protectors, providers, and producers that we are supposed to be. We got to go back in reverse before we came into contact with Europeans. Because many of you brothers, especially here in America, you think like the white man, whether you know it or not, with these Eurocentric concepts. This is not African-centered concepts. I'm out.